Welcome to day 401, everybody. Today is a 9-minute video from Sadhguru, my guru. You're gonna love it. It's talking about how do you stay joyful when someone's negative. You know, comment if you have this person in your life. Mother-in-law, it's always mother-in-laws, right? Mother-in-laws, sisters, co-worker, maybe it's your boss. That's a real Debbie Downer. Real negative, really pessimistic outlook on life. And every time you get around them, they really sap the energy out of you. And Sadhguru answers this question, what do you do? And what do you do in particular if it's not any one person, but it's just society in general? Maybe you have social anxiety. Maybe getting around people really bothers you. You know, comment if you have social anxiety. Like big groups really bother you. You get really nervous. You feel like everyone's staring at you. Your palms get sweaty. You know, you're not really sure what's going on. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, tip number 1. What's the big problem? By that I mean, just feel how you want to feel. What's the big deal? See, no one can tell you how to feel. No one can make you feel any certain way. No, but Dr. Vuong, every time I get around this person, it just really drains my energy. And I have to work with them. I have to see them every Saturday or Sunday or whatever it is. Tip number 1A. It's really that close, yet it's so far away. See, that's the problem. It's so close, yet so far away. Everybody here watching can understand me when I say, listen, you just feel how you want to feel. Nobody can control that, right? I'm happy and joyful. I don't care if Erica's upset. I don't care if kids are being loud. I don't care if, you know, it's really loud around here because there's construction noise. I'm going to choose to be happy. I wasn't always that way. It's so close. All of y'all can understand that concept. But yet it's so far away. It's so far away. It's so hard to do that. Can I get an amen? It's so simple, but it's so hard. It's so easy to get triggered. It's so easy to be bothered. Some people are so easy at getting bothered. How people chew their gum bothers you. How people smack or chew their food with their mouth open bothers you. Tip number 2, here's the problem. You want to tell them how to be, but you don't want people to tell you how to be. That's the problem. You don't want people to behave a certain way, yet you don't want them to tell you how to behave. That's a problem. You want other people to act a certain way, but you don't want to be told to do certain things. That's a problem. That's ironic. That's the irony. That's the rub. That's what makes it hard. I'll be happy if my sister would behave this way. I'll be happy if my boss chooses me for the promotion. What's the big deal? Why won't you be happy either way? You can be happy either way. Watch this. Comment if you understand that if you get the promotion or not, you can still be happy. If you get into the college of your choice or not, you can still be happy. If your husband gets the job or not, you can still be happy. If the divorce goes through the way you want it to go through or not, you can still be happy. Well, duh, Dr. V. Duh. Of course. So why aren't you? So why aren't you? That's the big problem. It's so close, but it's so far away. I used to do this talk for my patients. And I want to do it with y'all real quick. Kathy, do you remember this? Shan, do you remember this? All right, watch this. I want you to, everybody just look, just make an angry face, like angry face, just like someone just really pissed you off, just your employee embezzled money from you. You came home and found your spouse sleeping with another person. You're angry. Your kids ate all your chocolate. Your kid went through and ate all the ears off of all the bunnies. You're just angry. Just make an angry face, all right? Make an angry face. Got it? I'm angry. Motherfucker, I am angry. Okay. Now, smile. Just give me a good smile. Like, smile, right? Like, good smile. Come on, show me some teeth. Come on, Darlene. Show me some teeth. Tamar? I need, not like, but like a real smile, Shan. Like, show me some teeth. Like this. Mason and I do this joke. We're driving in our car, and I said, and she's sitting in the back seat, and everybody's in the car. And I said, Mason. And she goes, what? And I said, can I ask you a question? And she goes, what? And I said, do you laugh like me? And she starts laughing. And we make each other laugh so loud. It's so funny. And so now I go, hey, Mason, can I ask you a question? The other day I said, Mason, can I ask you a question? And she goes, she looks at me and she goes, do you think I laugh like you? And she starts laughing at me. Okay, so you got the smile, right? So, all right, so you got the smile. Now, last exercise. Do this. I want you to be angry. I'm fucking angry. And smile at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I'm angry, damn it. But smile. Like, yeah, I'm angry. So here's the lesson. You cannot. It's impossible to be angry and smile at the same time. It is impossible to smile and be angry at the same time. We cannot do it. Our emotions won't let us do it. Okay? So, in the talk I used to give my patients, we would go through that exercise, and I would do this big whiteboard session. Tip number 3. Tip number next one. Ultimately, happiness comes down to a choice. You can choose to be happy. Okay? You can choose in that moment, like, I'm not going to let this bother me. And if you want, if you want to, like, no, Dr. Vuong, like, I'm really angry at my 5-year-old who ate all the chocolate ears off my chocolate bunnies. I'll tell you a joke. I'll tell you Christina's favorite joke. What does a gay horse eat? What does a gay horse eat? Hey! Don't tell that at work. You can't tell these jokes at work anymore. Let me tell you Dr. Vuong's favorite joke. Watch this. What's the name of the fastest man in China? What's the name of the fastest man in China? Pei Shung. Pei Shung. Get it? It's a bullet. Pishung. What's the name of the fastest man in China? Pishung. What if you cross an elephant and a rhino? What do you get if you cross an elephant and a rhino? Elephino. Elephino. If you have an Alexa, you can go, Alexa, tell me a joke. And she'll tell you a joke of the day. You can say, Alexa, tell me a dad joke. The other day I said, Alexa, tell me a dad joke. And she goes, your dad is so smart. He knows the answer to your question before you even ask it. Their answer is, hell no. She didn't say hell no. She said no. Your dad is so smart. He knows the answer to all your questions before you even ask it. The answer is no. So it's helpful to know that in the moment, if you have a hard time choosing happiness, if you're really having a lot of anxiety, if you're really having a struggle, you can just picture Dr. V in his bald little head, shaved little head, telling you stupid little inappropriate jokes, right? You can imagine Dr. V getting his head shaved. He's got these little pigtails that Erica put on him. Yeah, that's right. I heard that joke. What type of music do chickens like? Bok, 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 bok. Who's a chicken's favorite composer? Bok, bok, bok. Okay, here's my all-time favorite joke. Here's my all-time favorite joke. Why did the elephant paint her toenails red? Say why. So she could hide up in the cherry tree. Have you ever seen an elephant up in a cherry tree? Say no. Works pretty good, huh? That's my all-time favorite joke. Why did the elephant paint her toenails red? Why? So she could hide up in a cherry tree. Have you ever seen an elephant up in a cherry tree? No. Works pretty good, huh? It's so fucking funny, man. No, Erica's the best joke ever. Now, tip number next one. Your hardest part of today is trying to remember these amazing jokes. The hardest part of today is going to be to remember all of these jokes. So let me give you some homework. Write down these jokes. That's your homework. Because in these moments, when you're happy, or you're sad, or you're frustrated, you have to have these toolkits, these tools in your toolkits. Like a calculator is not math. A slide rule is not math. Meditation is not yoga. It's just a tool to understand yoga, just like a calculator is a tool to help you understand math. Jokes are just not silly. Jokes are tools. Telling a joke is a tool to change your emotional state. Give me an aha if that just resonated with somebody. Give me an aha if you understood what I just said. Jokes, joke telling, smiling, working on your smile, practicing your smile is a tool, just like meditation. We call it practices. Have you done your practices? Have you done your meditation? Have you done your journaling? Have you looked in the mirror and practiced smiling? Comment if you're going to go look in the mirror and tell that joke. What's the name of the fastest man in China? Pei Shung. And then you don't tell that at work because they'll be like, there are, Asian attacks happening right now. My life changed. Remember, whenever you hear a mentor or someone you look up to, hopefully you look up to me. Hopefully you're here for a reason. You find it valuable. But remember, when I tell you, someone you respect says, this is how my life changed, I would write that down. So my life changed the day I woke up, did my meditation, and I came out and I said, I've decided to try to become the world's happiest surgeon. The happiest surgeon who ever lived. And then I realized, well, I don't know other surgeons. Maybe there was somebody in the past who was really happy, a really happy surgeon. So I said, I will be today the world's happiest surgeon today. I will be the world's happiest surgeon alive. Because, like when you wake up and you realize I'm alive, that's a good reason to be happy, right? So I'm getting dressed and brushing my teeth and putting on my suit and I'm remembering this. I'm the world's happiest surgeon. I'm the world's happiest surgeon. So how did I walk into the hospital that morning? Was I like, oh, another day in the OR, oh, another day of charts, or oh, another rounds? No, I was like skipping, like real high, like, hey, what's up? I'm the world's happiest surgeon. I'm the world's happiest surgeon. You understand what I'm saying? It was a tool in my toolkit. And yes, I tell all these jokes at the mastermind. So, it's so far away, Dr. Vuong. I have anxiety. Let me tell you, next time you go to a party and you don't know anybody, swear to goodness, maybe you're single, maybe you want to meet new people. In Texas, people are so friendly. You can literally walk up to a group of people at a bar and go, hey, can I tell y'all a joke? And they'll all go, well, hell yeah, you can tell me a joke. And you go, what does a gay horse eat? They'll say, what? Hey. And you'll have a big old burly cowboy go, oh, hell, come here. Let me buy you a Bud Light. I'm going to buy you a beer. What you drinking? There is this common link. There's this common link that connects us all together. And one of it is laughter. Why do we eat dinner together? Why do we have, because that's what we do. We're social beings. We've always eaten together. No, you eat together. You celebrate. You have celebrations together because you enjoy the company. No, I hate my family. There's always somebody fighting. You're hoping that something will happen that will make it memorable, that will make it something to talk about, something to remember. You go on vacation not for the memories, but the laughter. So there's this common thread in our humanity. Every culture has laughter. There is no culture that does not have jokes. Does that make sense? I heard some stupid Polish joke a long time ago. I'm probably not going to tell it right. But it was really stupid. It was like, somebody was Polish, you know, had one of those long Polish last names. And he says, Duck. I said, what? He goes, how can you tell if a Polish woman farts? And I said, how? And he said, her pantyhose blows up at the ankles. And he started laughing. Her pantyhose blows up at the ankles. And I didn't really understand it. Is that a thing? Do Polish women wear pantyhose? Is that the deal? But he was laughing so hard that I started laughing. Maybe it was a Hungarian woman. I don't remember. Maybe it was my friend who was Hungarian. So how am I happy around negative people? First of all, your happiness is a choice. Ultimately, you choose to be happy, which is what I did. One day I just chose to be happy. I said, being unhappy is not fixing it. Being unhappy is not making me happier. Being unhappy does not make me feel better about myself. It's not getting the work done. It's not making my days go faster. It's not making me more popular, right? It's not making me have more friends. Being unhappy, having everybody afraid of me, having everybody tiptoe around me, having people walk around on glass around me, does not make me feel happier. One day I woke up and I realized that. Being that badass, angry surgeon, you know, keep everybody waiting, keep everybody guessing, that was not helping my patients. That was not helping my CEO, my administrators. It was not helping my numbers. And it was not helping me. So then I decided to be joyful. And once I decided to be joyful, turned out nurses wanted to help me more. Turned out anesthesiologists wanted to work with me. Turned out the little nursing aides wanted to take care of my patients and were excited to walk them around the unit, you know, to answer their calls faster. Turned out nurses wanted to let me sleep in and not call me at 5 o'clock in the morning with a stupid little hemoglobin drop. Turned out. So it's that old saying that, you know, honey attracts more flies. You know, be sweet, be kind, be courteous. But it's so hard. I know, Dr. V. I know, Dr. V. It's so hard. I know. It's so hard, Dr. V. I know. That's what I meant to say. Because remember, it's so far. That was tip number 1. It was so far away. Let me give you an elevator tip. Who wants the elevator tip? Let's do this. Got to get to Galveston. Let me give you a little elevator tip. Oh, no. Not an elevator tip. There's one more. I remember. Today's talk. Next tip. Psych. Next tip. In today's video, Sadhguru says something very profound. And you don't understand this. Sadhguru says, life always has an exit. Life has an exit. And in this context, he was talking about if you are unhappy, if you are around miserable people, life has an exit. You can choose to leave that situation. You can choose to leave the dinner party. You can choose to leave that job. Life has an exit. There's always another door. You can leave that job and get a better job. You can leave this relationship and get a better relationship. Life has options. This is very profound. And it's so fucking simple. But Sadhguru says, isn't that fair? what would be unfair is if life closed the exit, if there was no exit and you were trapped. That's unfair. But that's not life. This is very profound. Give me an aha. I'm so glad I didn't forget this. If life closed the exit, that would be unfair. But no, life always keeps an exit open for you. That's fair. So life always has an exit. You can choose to leave. You can choose to change. You can choose a different path. You can choose a different way to be. Very profound. If life closed the exit, that would be unfair. And what you are doing when you are meditating, give me an aha here, when you are writing your gratitude journal. Why do I have you meditate and write a journal? Why do I have you memorize stupid jokes? Because when you meditate, when you quiet the monkey brain, that's what helps you see the exit. That's a big aha, guys. Why should I practice, Dr. Vuong? Why should I meditate? Why should I make myself a little meditation room? Why should I ask my husband to not bother me for these 10 minutes? Right? Because during that time, it's the practices, it's the meditation that helps you see the exit. It's the stupid jokes that helps you see the exit. It is all right, let me give you a real life example. You're going to finally get together with all your friends and family member, and you're having a good time, and then something happens, because you know this is going to happen. Someone brings up something from the past, someone's going to bring up politics, someone's going to bring up the vaccine, and suddenly they're going to be arguing. But because you've been meditating, you remember that life has an exit. And your two brothers, one's a Democrat, one's a Republican, they're about to throw. They're about to, they're big, burly, hardworking men, and they're about to, go to fisticuffs. And you say, "Hey, Joe. Hey, Billy Bob." And they say, "What? What, Margaret? What, Catherine?" You say, "What does a gay horse eat?" And they say, "What the fuck does a gay horse eat?" And you go, "Hey." And now Billy Bob and Billy Joel no longer want to fight. They're like, "Oh, hell, that was stupid, Margaret. That was stupid, Catherine." That's the dumbest joke. Who told you that joke? That must have been your skinny little Asian doctor telling you that joke. Yeah, but you guys exited. We just saved you a trip to the emergency room. We just saved you hurt feelings. It's easy, it's simple when it's just fists. It's bad when it's knives. It's really bad when someone goes away, comes back with a gun. But at that moment, life gave you an exit. Did you take the exit? Did you take the open door? Did you take the opportunity? See, that's fair. You can't ask of life anything more than that. Does that make sense? I mean, for the 113 of y'all watching right now, this is worth, this will save you an ER visit, a broken heart. This will save you an argument, for $47. It's better than therapy. Let me give you the elevator tip. The elevator tip. I promised it to you. I took it away. I'm going to do it again. Oh, I got a new rose green tea, by the way. I bought this little sampler pack. It's got all different types of teas. The rose green tea. So let me give you the elevator tip. Some of y'all will say, "Well, that's easy for you, Dr. Vuong. You're cute. You're smart. You're with a hottie. Your kids are well behaved. You got more money than you know what to do with. I'm struggling." You have to remember, there was a time in my life when I was $4 million in debt. I had more bounce checks than written checks. I had more sheriff's visits and summons and, demands. And I was lonely. I had no friends. I had no mastermind. My relationship I ended up losing my relationship. So I don't know where I find you today. Maybe you're better off than where you were. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're better off. Maybe you're in the middle of it. Maybe you were like me 10 years ago, just in the middle of it. And you say, that's impossible. I have social anxiety, don't you know? I've struggled with depression my whole life. It's not as simple, Dr. Vuong. Fuck you, Dr. V. It's not as simple as just deciding to be happy. I mean, I have clinical diagnoses you don't understand. They've written books about me. I'm really screwed up. You don't really know my whole story. So here's the elevator tip for you. Anytime Sadhguru taught me this. Anytime you say it's impossible for me, what you're really saying is, I don't want it. That's a big one. Of all the things that I can teach you, this is a major one. Rachel, if you're writing my book, when you say it's impossible for me, it's not possible for me, what you're really saying is, I don't want it. I don't really want it. Because hasn't someone already done it? Hasn't there been a mom of 3 kids, single mom of 3 kids who's gone back to school, who's changed her life? Of course there are. Isn't there a rape survivor who has gone on to have a loving, amazing relationship? Of course there are. Isn't there a young woman who has started her own business, lost it all, restarted it again, is now worth more than ever? Of course there are. Aren't there abuse survivors, incest survivors? Of course there are. Aren't there struggling surgeons who are unhappy, who has turned it around? It's much happier now? Of course there is. So it's not impossible. What the real problem is, Sadhguru says, you just don't want it. At a deeper level, you don't really want it. And that's the core. That's the core of what we're going to do this next couple months about opening up. As the world reopens post-pandemic, they're going to do it dumb. We're going to have to do it smart. We have to get down to the core. We have to open up to the reasons. Why do I keep saying that? Why do I think it's not possible for me? Why do I believe that? Why do I feel like a relationship's not possible? That I'll always be lonely? That my spouse, that I can't control this? Or why do I let this person trigger me? See, these are the deeper questions, the real opening up that we need to get a handle on over the next couple months. All right? That's it. That's all I got for you. Give it up for Dr. V. What'd you think?